Hey there, John with Crow's Nest Craft, and today I'm just going to be doing a fun mini painting video. I'm going to be painting this mimic of a well that has human teeth and a very humanoid tongue. It is disturbing, creepy, and I love it. Also going to be doing the regular well to go with it, so let's get started. So, starting like I do every mini, I scrub them in the sink with a little bit of dish soap, and then I hit them with a light gray primer. After that, I brought them over to my desk, and I'm going to start by hitting a base coat of this pink on the skin and the tongue. The name of the paint that I'm using is Warlord Purple from Vallejo. Next, I'm basing all of the stone pieces, all the brickwork and stuff, with this blue color, and it's called Caspian Blue, and it's from Scale Color Mini Paints. Now that I finished the regular well, I'm going to move on to the mimic well. If you're wondering why I'm using this Caspian Blue instead of like gray, if you use like a blue or a muted red or something like that to make it look more like brick, and then you put like a wash and then a dry brush on it, it just pops a bit more than just doing a plain old gray. Now let's get started on them chompers. So I'm going to start by basing with just this off-white. I'm going to start with a really light color, and then I'm going to add some more shading and a bit more stains on the teeth later on. Now I'm just doing the pit of the regular well black. So the circle on the bottom, just doing it flat black so it looks like it goes down into the abyss. I'm not a perfect painter, so now I'm going over the gums where I accidentally went a little too far with the teeth or with the blue. So the off-white needed a little bit of a second coat, so I'm starting off by doing that. Now I'm actually going a little lighter with this dead white around the edges of the teeth, just to brighten it up. Now I'm assuming this well doesn't brush its teeth, so I'm hitting it with a sepia wash just around the gum line and a few other spots just to darken it up a little bit. Now I'm mixing these two scale color inks together with a little bit of water to make a purplish wash/ink, and I'm going to hit the gums and the tongue with that to start the shading process. Once I think the shading is good enough, I'm going to go through with this lighter pink and just do all the areas that I think would be a bit more shiny and highlights around the edges of the tongue and the gums. Then I blend it in with some over-thinned paint here and there. Now I'm covering some of the sepia wash that I went overboard with the off-white again, and I'm wet blending that into a color called Buff, which is in the model color set from Vallejo. Now I mixed in a little bit of blue ink into a black wash to use on the stonework. Now to start the highlighting process, I'm going to do a dry brushing just very lightly over all of the brickwork with a color called Glacier Blue. Now I want the tops of each brick to be the lightest spot, so I'm going to go over each brick and highlight with the Glacier Blue with a small paintbrush. Now don't think I forgot about the regular well. I'm going to hit it with the same wash and basically go over the same process with this. Now that all the highlights are done, I want it to look like it's shaded in between each brick. So I'm going to take that black wash again with the blue in it, and I'm going to use a small brush and go in between each brick to make it look dark between them. Now for the last step, I'm going to use this glossy Mod Podge to cover the whole mouth part to look like saliva and make it look real gross. So I'm just going to cover it really thick with this Mod Podge and let it dry. And voila! I absolutely love this sculpt. There's just something about the human teeth that creeps me out with both love and disgust at the same time. It's beautiful. So, I wish I could tell you what sculpt this is. I don't really know. A mutual of mine on TikTok, Fireforged Minis, sent these to me to paint, and I just absolutely love them, so check them out if you want to know what this is. So I have a lot of Mimic Minis, but this is one of my favorite, because there's just something about throwing a coin in a well, and then all of a sudden it turns into a human mouth that just absolutely terrifies me, and I love it. Hey there, so this little model was printed for me by Fireforged Minis. Pretty sure they have a website somewhere. You can find them on TikTok. That's where I met them, and they asked if they could send me some Mimic Minis. They sent me a bunch. This was my favorite out of the set. You know, just something about the human teeth. And again, was just trying to work on my light color blending there on the teeth. And I'm really pleased with this. I love the way this came out. I love Mimics, and I think this might be my favorite one so far. It being a well as creative, but also the fact that it just like, it's the human teeth. I don't know, I love it. So thanks for watching me paint. Yeah, you can check me out on TikTok. I got an Instagram. Look through my link tree. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.